So, you want to win your argument, but how can an argument be strengthened by identifying the opposing claim and arguing against it? In this lesson, you will learn how to strengthen your argument by identifying the opposing claim and arguing against it. Let's review. There are two sides to every argument. The reasons that support the argument, they're called pros. The reasons against the argument are called cons. In making a decision the correct way, both pros and cons should be considered. The problem that some writers have is that they ignore the opposing viewpoint or opposing claim. This leaves the reader sitting there wondering, wait, what about? This will have doubt in their mind if you ignore the opposing viewpoint. So, to avoid having doubt in the reader's mind and then doubting your argument, we're going to take these steps. First, we're going to identify the opposing claim. Then, produce reasons and evidence that that claim or that position is incorrect. And then finally, we're going to revise the essay to identify and argue against the opposing claim. I need to start off here by taking a look at a paragraph out of my essay. For example, I wrote this and I need to think, okay, what am I arguing here? So, in schools, students are always told that eating healthy is extremely important. The schools teach this, yet the lunches served are unhealthy. Studies show that many schools serve food that is high in fat, sodium, and calories. Plus, kids do not want to eat the poor tasting food, so instead they buy or bring junk food to eat. Well, right here, I'm arguing that school lunches are unhealthy, and so supporting reasons that back that up. But now I need to ask, what is the opposing claim to my argument? So once again, if my argument is that school lunches are not healthy, the opposing claim is something as simple as school lunches are healthy. Now I'm going to need to come up with some evidence that's going to help me argue against the opposing claim. So I need to figure out what that opposing claim actually is, what someone who says school lunches are healthy might say to me. So I went and did a little research off the USDA's website. The USDA is what governs and regulates the food that we eat here in the United States and determines whether it's safe or not. I found this little tidbit of evidence. The Healthy Hunger-Free Kids Act of 2010 set up guidelines for schools. So then I went on to find what some of these guidelines are in terms of healthy eating. Whole grains are required as part of school lunches, and also all school lunches include fruits and vegetables. This is according to the USDA. So how do I revise my essay to argue against the opposing claim? Because I have found that studies show that many schools serve food that's high in fat, sodium, and calories. So that is conflicting view with the Healthy Hunger-Free Kids Act of 2010. So I need to determine where I'm going to put something about that and then argue against it in my essay. So how about right here? If I mention something right there about the guidelines and then argue against it, I think it might be more effective for me. So let me try this. The Healthy Hunger-Free Kids Act of 2010 set guidelines for healthy lunches, but studies show that many schools. And then I go on to say, bear with me, my school does not even serve fruit or whole grain bread. So I use evidence to argue against the counterclaim that someone would be using to say, oh, school lunches are healthy. First, we identified the opposing claim. Then, we produce reasons and evidence that the position is incorrect. And finally, then, we revise the essay to identify and argue against the opposing claim. In this lesson, you have learned how to strengthen your argument by identifying the opposing claim and arguing against it.